a mute janitor with a serious caffeine addiction, and murderous children's mascots. And if that's not enough for you, I got 3 words for you. Nicolas Mother F'ing Cage. We watched Willy's Wonderland. We watched it so you don't have to. So you know what time it is. What's up, Moongoons? Welcome to the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Lord Marshall Hampton. Aaron's still on hiatus this week, but with me back for 2 times, count them, 1, 2 times in a row, is Mr. Nachos McWerewolf. You know you want to dance this at home, so just dance. There's a place where you can feel your face with the greatest flavor in the galaxy. Go sailing on the seas of molten cheddar cheese with all the crunchy corn chips you can eat. Planet of Nachos. Planet of Nachos. Planet of Nachos. Planet of Nachos. Wonk, wonk, wonk. All right, Nachos, welcome back again.
Oh, how are you doing, Marshall? Thank you for that theme song. In case I don't say it enough.
It is all right. I just so we don't. I don't know. I know it's a little hard to get Aaron a theme song because it doesn't really have like a nickname or anything to go with it. So that's a little different. But I am trying to put on a little something for our other friend of ours, Mr. Cincinnati Jeff. I'm trying to come up with I have a little bit of an idea for him as well, so he doesn't feel as left out or
you know what?
Unloved.
I rebranded him last night.
Oh, you did?
Nasty Jeff.
Oh.
Because I was listening to some dumbass shit and like people don't like Cincinnati apparently, so they call it Cincinnati.
Ah. Well, it's a shitty city. No, I have no idea. I've never been there. It might be a fine city for all of our Cincinnati listeners out there. I have no idea. But if you want to put down and belittle your own city, go for it. It's there. You live there. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, call the hotline if you got a problem with it. Tell us what you think.
The hotline 7404-SUCK-IT. If you want to leave us a message, a movie suggestion, a comment, a question, or just want to complain about your bitchy ex-girlfriend who won't leave you alone, drop us a message on the hotline 7404-SUCK-IT.
Or give me her number. I'll take care of her real good.
Now, speaking of ex-girlfriends, one thing you might have a problem with, and one reason they might be your ex-girlfriend, is because, they're going down on you, and they just, they're sick of the fucking hair down there. So what better way to do it and to stop your ex from being an ex and keep her your current bangable thing is to get yourself a Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 man shaving
unit.
I fucked that all up right now.
Chopping apparatus.
Hair removal apparatus for your balls. Just go over to manscaped.com today and you can get all your ball hygiene needs.
Wow.
From your lawnmower 4.4 to shave them balls and the pubes. Get those ladies make them feel special that you did something nice for them, because no girl wants to be pulling hairs off their tongues when they're going down on your slob.
Or special fellow.
Or slobbing a knob. Or the spell. Yeah, we don't discriminate. If it's a fellow, so be it. Hey, I'm not going to judge where you dip your ink quill in. It's fine. But yeah, go to Manscaped. Get it. You can get that there. You can also get yourself the ear and nose hair trimmer, the little weed whacker. And not only do they take care of your balls, now they take care of your whole body, because now they got the whole shower package where you get the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. You got the body wash, the hydrating body spray, the deodorant, all there for your showering needs. They're great. They get good manly scent, feeling feeling fragrant. It's very nice. Nachos is playing with my dog right now, kind of make me laugh while I try to do this. But anyway, you get the picture. Go to manscaped.com today and use promo code MOONGOON. That's promo code MOONGOON to get 20% off your entire purchase and free shipping today. Do it now. I totally forgot to do our shameless plug music. So just because I'm a creature of habit, shameless plug music.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar.
Dollar. All right. Well, because I had it all backwards, but fuck it. We got it done.
Yeah.
All right.
Mission accomplished.
Before we move on to this week's movie, one more thing I want to mention. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, is we have opened up on our website our new merch page with all new horrible horror merchandise for you.
I got it pulled up right now. Let's talk about some of this shit.
All right,
these are killing me.
We got plenty of new t-shirts and hoodies along with some pint glasses, stickers, bumper stickers, pins, and cell phone cases, some tumblers. So yeah, it's all there. Nacho's going through it on his phone right now, checking them out.
I gotta say, the Amok Don't Give a Fuck is really good. I love the I'm Blue with the chopping ball droid in the background.
Yep.
Droid? Killbot. Whatever.
Killbot. We'll call it Killbot. It's not a droid. That's trademark. You'll get it sued.
Yeah, damn straight, dude. You got Wisey Talk with fucking Lady Brad Pitt, a.k.a. Tiffany from fucking Hellraiser 2.
Yeah, we got some Wisey Talks on there.
The fucking No-Yo fucking Fish and Wildlife Federation with the creepy rape monster in the background. That's good.
Yep. You got that.
Fucking Normal Head.
Normal Head is there. Get your Normal Head t-shirt now.
It's fucking Elliot Spencer when he's in, like, it looks like your science teacher's going to a BDSM bar. Shit, dude. Fucking, ooh, look at that sexy pint glass. That's a real cool design.
Yeah, you get the limited edition Nachos alternative logo that we have on a pint glass that Nachos actually drew and painted for us a few years ago. It's an alternative logo, so you get that on a pint glass now.
And I'll personally not sign it.
Yeah, make Nachos feel special.
It's like my
But yeah, you can check all of it out there on horriblehorrorpodcast.com. Go to our merch page. It's all there. You can check it out. We'd appreciate it. So this is one way to help support the show. With that said, let's move on to today's movie, which is Willy's Wonderland. Now that sounds like a weird name for a horror movie. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not really sure if you call this a horror movie, but I'll tell you one thing: it's goddamn fun, and it's entertaining. It's a thing.
It's an hour and 27 minutes.
It's something. So Willy's Wonderland was released on February 12th of 2021, so just a little over a year ago. So relatively new movie.
Yeah, pretty current.
Written by G.O. Parsons, directed by Kevin Lewis. You can currently find this movie on Hulu if you have a subscription. It's free right there. You can also rent it on YouTube, Google Play, Vudu, and Apple TV. I watched it on Hulu. I know Nachos, you said you had a little bit of issue trying to get your eyes on this.
Totally reliable, safe, normal website that isn't illegal and totally legal in streaming. Legal
is after the word there. So anyway, yeah, you can check it out. The cast, there's a few people we'll mention. First off, the man himself, the janitor. That's always credited as the janitor. It's played by motherfucking Nicolas Cage. Ghost Rider himself, crazy ass Cage, is in this movie. Sheriff Lund is played by Beth Grant. This woman is a hardworking woman. She's got 236 credits. You'd recognize because you see her face all the places. She was Kitty Farmer in the cult classic Donnie Darko. She was Helen in Speed. She's the bitch who gets run over by the bus trying to transfer from the speed bus to the SWAT team bus. She falls off the little makeshift bridge and gets run over. That's Helen.
Sorry about your luck, lady.
Yep. She's also appeared on TV shows like The Office, where she was Melvina, Dwight's babysitter. She's been on King of the Hill. She's in Little Miss Sunshine, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, A Time to Kill, To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, and she was Mrs. Kettlewell in Child's Play 2.
Yes, she fucking was!
So there's...
My favorite line from her, I don't like Donnie Darko, I think it's up its own ass, but one of my favorite lines, not lines, we're not fucking having tequila shots. Sometimes I question your level of depth. Oh my god. Take two. Sometimes I question your level of dedication to sparkle motion.
Oh.
Not you, Marshall. You're good. Yeah,
okay,
you get a pass on me.
It's like, what?
I'm not coming in guns a-blazing. I know you're a big fan of sparkle motion.
I will say, I will admit this on air. I've never admitted this before to anybody.
Just between you and me, Mark.
Yeah, just between you. There's nobody
Our
else
little
here.
secret.
This is our circle of trust. There was a time when I was into Donnie Darko.
It's not bad.
I was
just
like,
dumb.
I was like, oh, this is so cool and like new and kind of, I don't want to say avant-garde, but kind of just this kind of unique thing. Like, oh,
Kind of avant-garde.
Cool. Yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. And then I started feeling really shitty for liking because I started seeing all the other like Darko, I guess, fans and like this weird, like up their own ass attitude. They start to think like, well, Donnie Darko is so sophisticated, it's so deep and in depth, and if you don't get it, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be those assholes. So I'm like, I haven't watched the movie in probably like 15, 20 years.
Toxic fandom, man.
Yeah,
Rick
I'm
and Morty,
out.
perfect example. I love Rick and Morty. I hate the fucking fans.
Oh, they have toxic fans now too.
Holy shit, dude!
I guess everybody has toxic fans.
Oh goddamn. But no, let's not. That movie is as simple as it is a time traveling jet engine. There you go.
Yeah.
And his delinquent friends talk about fucking Smurfs boning and shit.
Yeah.
The movie gets. I mean, that's a bong ripping movie.
And I guess all people are also obsessed with like the weird, sinister looking bunny suit
Frank,
guy,
yeah.
or whatever. But it's like, okay.
But why? Why the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
So anyway, I liked it. There was a time when I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. But then I was like, I kind of got out because I just didn't want to be associated with, or thought I was one of those people like, oh, you're a Darko fan. You're one of them. I'm like, oh, nope, no.
Like, I'll be a juggalo before I'm a a Darkio? No, that sounds bad. Don't
That
say
sounds really bad.
Moving on.
Then we have Siren Sarah is played by Jessica Graves Davis. She was in a horror movie called Home Sweet Home. So if any of you've seen that, she's also in that horror movie. That's the only reason I mentioned because she was another horror movie person. And Cammy the Chameleon's played by Taylor Towery. Now she is more of a stunt woman than an actress, but I looked at her and she's got a pretty great resume for stunts.
I respect stunts.
She is in she's in the Stars wrestling show Heels, which I wish I had Stars so I could watch that.
Yeah, dude, I never even heard
She's
of that.
been in several episodes of Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. She did stunts on Netflix's The Punisher, which is a fucking awesome show.
Awesome.
She's also the X-Men show The Gifted, which Nacho and I were talking about that the other
Yeah,
night.
that's so weird.
She was she did stunts in that.
Anal.
She
Hey, that's a risky stunt if you don't do it right.
That is true. That is true. She did something in Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. And
Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
It's pretty good.
She's in Furious 7, and she did stunts in Halloween 2018 as well.
Nice.
So that's really the only people I'm going to talk about as the cast, because a lot of the other people from what I could tell, weren't really household names or did a whole lot that I think most people would readily recognize. So I just I'm going to skip over it for
I got
now.
a question for you real quick.
You ask away.
Is this the first Nicolas Cage movie you guys have done?
It is the first
Okay.
Nicolas Cage movie we have done on the show.
I mean, I'm thinking Nicolas Cage horror movies. I'm thinking like 8mm, maybe
No.
Kiss of the Vampire.
Wicker Man remake, which
oh fuck.
no.
If you do that, let me be on that because I've never seen it because
You
I heard
don't
it's
want to.
legendarily bad.
Yeah, it is. And the only thing worth watching is for the very end scene where he's like, the bees!
Oh god,
The bees! That's like the only point worth watching. Like I'm my dumbass. I think I actually bought it years ago because Wicker Man's supposed to be this really good. But I'm like,
shit, grab the
it's
wrong
so
one.
fucking boring. It's so slow, and
I know there's this scene where it's Nicolas Cage running through the woods top speed and just fucking decks a bear in the face. And I'm like, I'd pay $3 to see that. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm an idiot.
All right, so with that, let's it's time to get go to Wonderland, guys. But first, you know what we gotta do. Oh, hold on. Oh God,
I'm coming.
it's so rewarding and
I'm
so
making
nice hearing that sound.
I'm
here.
making some Camp Crystal Lake clam chowder in my pants. We did Jason Lives last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somebody wrote that in my script.
Oh,
It was me.
somebody did.
Yeah.
It was you.
Yeah. It's pretty drunk. It's a very drunk episode. Check it out. Shameless promotion. Check out the
Jason Lives. Now is that 5 or 6?
That's 6.
That's
That's
VI.
VI,
VI.
not IV.
Not IV. Yeah, I thought it was 6, but it's like okay. Anyway, Willy's Wonderland. So here we go. We open with this old commercial for Willy's Wonderland, like this old 80s TV spot, and then we just cut to this scared blonde woman and her man, and they're all freaked out. They're frantically looking around. They hear some strange noises, and they take off running down this hallway that for some reason has the lights running down like the side of the wall, like the center of the wall instead of like on the ceiling.
You know, the 80s.
Yeah, kind of a weird choice, but okay, sure. Lights on the wall. And it's just like a row of like fluorescent tubing lighting going down the wall instead of on the ceiling. It's an odd choice, but whatever. So as they run, we see like these monstrous shadows stretching across the walls behind them. The man gets grabbed from behind, pulled down, dragged down the hallway out of sight by this unseen attacker. The woman continues to run as the light fixtures start exploding around her. She stops, turns around, screams as the last of the lights explode, blacking out the room. And the TV turns on again, playing the old Willy's Wonderland commercial. The camera zooms in on the TV, and we hear the girl screaming some more, as in a big blood splatter, just blam, right on the TV screen. That's how we open the movie.
It's cliche, but
It's not
whatever.
bad. Not bad. It's not terrible, but stuff we've kind of seen before, but sure.
I will say straight up, this movie is shot like the cinematography is good.
Yeah.
It's shot well. It's of a good quality. Like, people knew what they were doing. Certain people knew what they were doing.
Certain people.
But I'll save that till the end of the movie.
Okay. Now we cut to Nicolas Mother F'ing Cage driving down some back roads in his sweet Chevy Camaro as the credits start to roll. I guess I could say it's a what's the word?
Bitchin'
There
Camaro?
we go. Thank you. Go. I was looking. Yeah, it's a bitchin' Camaro.
I thought you were going to be like, what model is it? I'm like, bitch, I don't know.
No.
My car has 5 wheels, and I'm happy with that. And one of them's a steering wheel.
No, you could say it's a bitchin' Camaro.
Bitchin' Camaro.
It is a very sweet Camaro, man. This thing's like souped up. Anyway, suddenly all of his tires pop, and we see that he's run over a spike strip that had been left in the middle of the road. He gets out, grabs a Punch energy drink, chugs it down in one gulp, then seems to stand perfectly motionless for like 10 hours because there's a shot of like the sun passing over his head, and it's a great looking shot, but you see the shadow which starts on the left side of him and move across the entire screen till it ends on the right side. So that means this guy was fucking standing still for like 10 hours and the sun passed over
That's
him.
actually a commercial for the Nicolas Cage time dial.
Yep.
Yep.
Sundial?
Sundial, my bad. Cage dial.
I would buy that for my garden.
Why the fuck not, man? Also, I want to compliment Nicolas Cage on his super awesome dyed beard, looking like Eminem this entire fucking movie.
Dude, that beard is heavily dyed black.
Yeah,
but
it's like Steven Seagal dye job kind of shit.
Also, I guess for those of you who haven't seen, we should get this out of the way right now. For a Nicolas Cage movie, Nicolas Cage does not speak an entire word.
A fucking sentence.
Not
a word.
A single word does he speak in this entire movie.
He makes some like kind of
every now and then he'll grunt or like he'll like when he's something, but he never speaks a word. And
what do you think that's about?
I don't know.
Do you think that was like him being like, "I'm super creative, guys"? It's like, or maybe he's like, "Oh shit, if I don't make this movie, they'll repo my house." So it's like, I'll just be in it, but in protests.
And here's another thing I should have said in the intro to which I can't believe I forgot. This movie, for again, if you haven't known, is basically they ripped off the video game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, it is not subtle.
It's not subtle at all.
It's how is there no lawsuit involved?
Yeah.
I mean, because
so if you guys familiar with those games, it is just a ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, how is this not an asylum flick or something? Because they deal with it that subtly.
So get those out of the way before I forget. So anyway, but then serendipitously for him, a tow truck comes down, driving down the road. The tow truck driver, I like this guy because he always has like a Slim Jim beef jerky stick sticking out of his mouth.
Do you think they're like, "Oh, we want you to have a dog rocket hanging out of your mouth," and it's like, "No, Slim Jims." It's like,
Oh yeah!
Snap it to it like a Slim Jim.
you remember the other Slim Jim fucking mascot? There's like the real skinny dude with the big kind of like island boy hair.
No.
Oh, he was extreme. Not as good as Macho Man, obviously.
Oh, maybe. Vaguely. Was he around like the 2000s or something?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit. But,
What do you think his name was?
you know, Slim Jim?
Exactly. Fucking marketing department knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
So he's real skinny. And guys, his name's James. We don't like it. How about Jimmy? He's going places.
So the truck driver picks up Cage in his car and he drives him into town. So now we cut to our other main girl character, Liv, outside the now closed down and boarded up Willy's Wonderland, which is pretty much a Chuck E. Cheese or a Showbiz Pizza, as
Or a
it was
kid-
called when I was a kid.
That's what I'm saying. We had that fucking bear, not that goddamn coin-eating rat.
Yeah, we had bears
Fuckers.
and mice and all sorts of weird
Prostitutes.
menagerie of
Find
Dude,
a hypodermic needle in the
the
ball pit.
animatronic prostitute was really odd. If I had mixed emotions, I didn't know how to feel about that as a kid. I was like, am I attracted to this? I think so, but she's not real. But I want to bang that animatronic prostitute on the stage.
All I know, if I poke both her nipples in, a bunch of tickets would come out of her robot twat.
Exactly. Yeah, you just get the tickets going.
Her Mecha Muff. Her Cyber Snatch.
The problem was, if you ever got like and you hit the clit button, you get like like 1,000. You get the
Wait, there was a
jackpot.
clit button?
That's the problem. No one could ever find it. All right,
That's me fapping.
That's bad. Anyway,
I have sex with live women.
disclaimer. Want to put that out there.
Allegedly.
So they drive into town. So Liv is outside the Willy's Wonderland. And she's doused in the building in gasoline. She's about to light it up when the sheriff pulls up, slaps handcuffs on her, throws her in the back of the squad car, and drives off. The sheriff takes Liv back to her trailer park home. Before she goes in the house, up drives the tow truck, which I thought this was weird. That why would the tow truck drive up to the sheriff's trailer park or Liv's trailer instead of taking Nick Cage to like the mechanic straight away or something? And how did he know where the sheriff would be? Like it's a minor thing, but now the thing is like it's really weird that he would go there first.
Get a little chainsaw massacre-y, like everybody's in cahoots.
Because because he's the sheriff, or Judd, the truck driver Judd, tells the sheriff that this poor guy found her missing Zigzag, aka the spike trip, the hard way.
Oh, that kid's apparently stole about a month ago and been thrown in the road. I call shenanigans.
Shenanigans there too.
Yeah.
So again, so he's basically returning. So he's going to return the sheriff's spike trip. But again, why does he know? It doesn't make any sense that he would know that the sheriff's at this trailer park instead of going to like the sheriff's station or straight to the mechanic to drop off Cage in the car. It's just a weird thing. Why is he here first? Anyway, so Liv and Cage look at each other. They lock eyes and kind of like this moment where they just kind of stare at each other.
And then Nicolas Cage says,
nothing.
not a damn thing.
The tow truck drives away. The sheriff takes Liv into the trailer. They argue a bit, and we get a sense that these two have a long history together. The sheriff handcuffs Liv to a radiator. And
How? This is so dumb because if you were from the Midwest just like me, you probably spent some time in a trailer. You know there's nothing in a trailer you can't pick up or fucking put a hole through, So, and then it's like this fucking cast iron stove bullshit with this obviously screwed on pipe. So it's like, because you walk into a trailer like, what can I put a handcuff to? Guys, fucking jerry rigged some shit so we could slap some cuffs on it. So yeah. All right, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Yeah, handcuffs to the radiator and gives her a bucket and a bag of chips or something like that, and says,
"That's a good Friday night for me."
And it's like leaves her there for the night. Now we jump to the tow truck pulling onto the local junkyard where the tow truck driver, like I said, Jed, gets Nick's Camaro into the shop where he gives it a look over. Meanwhile, Cage is looking around. He finds a wall filled with missing persons flyers. Judd tells Cage he needs like obviously needs 4 new tires and it's going to cost them plus the cost of the tow. It's going to be like $1,000 cash only, which Cage doesn't have on hand.
Who the fuck carries $1,000 large on him?
Yeah.
I mean, like when you're not cleaning your Monaco, like, oh, it's peasants' money. Ugh. Yeah, no, that's a good way to get your ass fucking jumped.
Yeah. And also, asking that in cash only is a good way not to do business.
Yeah.
You're alienating like 99.9% of your clientele.
What do you think is keeping that dude's lights on?
Who knows?
Yeah. Also, why are there missing... Never mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why are the missing persons report in the junkyard, like auto mechanic shop instead of like the sheriff's station?
Unless they're trophies or something.
Yeah, it's really weird. But Judd has an idea and tells Cage that if he's up for working off the cost of the repairs, he has a man he can call. Cage just grabs a bag of energy drinks out of his car, and Judd makes a phone call.
Do you think this was like some kind of failed product placement or something? Like they were trying to get Monster or Vault or something?
You would think that this would be amazing product placement for it if they would have, somebody would have taken up on that. Like,
it is beyond shameless.
Yeah.
It's practically a fucking character in this movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I was Monster or Red Bull or somebody else, I'd be like, yeah, fucking use, because it's like 30% of the movie is just close-up shots of this energy drink can. And
With the limited edition Willy's Wonderland pinball machine
Yeah.
coming to you from valleys this spring.
so I'm like, that's whoever, like, I don't know if the producers, I can't imagine they wouldn't go to a company and say, hey, you want to sponsor and be featured, and then for any company to say no, they missed out, because this was prime.
Dude, dead serious. You could go to Vest and they'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, Orange Whistle all day. Fago. And they'd be like, no.
RC
that's
Cola or something.
I do love some RC Cola, though.
Man, but it's basically a made up energy called Punch energy drink.
Made with real white trash.
We cut to Jed and Cage meeting up with Tex, who is the new owner of Willy's Wonderland, outside of Willy's. Tex,
What's his last name?
oh god, it's like
Maldubo?
it's something weird, like Makakin or
McAdoo.
McAdoo. Tex McAdoo. That's what it is.
And this motherfucker looks like Doug Dimmadome from the fucking Fairly Odd Parents. 3 people will get that joke.
Yeah, he's like, the old Texas cowboy, the mustache, the cowboy hat.
There's 2 revolvers.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, was it Burt Reynolds in Striptease, where he's like the governor or mayor, like this stupid guy or something like that. He's a cowboy with the, I don't know, maybe not.
That was a real Razor reference.
Oh.
Nobody gets that joke.
So Tex offers to pay the repair bill if Cage is willing to clean up the entire restaurant overnight. Cage agrees, so Tex takes him inside. As they enter, Judd's like, good luck, son. And he's under his breath. And blah, blah, blah.
He was whispering it to his Slim Jim.
Inside, Tex shows Cage a video that basically just introduces us all to the Willy Wonderland mascot characters, which are as follows. There's Artie the alligator, Siren Sarah, Cammy the chameleon, Gus Gorilla, Nighty Night, Ozzy the ostrich, Tito the mariachi turtle, and of course the main one, Willy the weasel, are all the mascot characters.
Who do you feel might be out of place in this scenario? If you had to pick 2 of them.
Well, definitely I say Nighty Night was the oddball out for sure. And then based on looks, Siren Sarah.
Yeah. I like Tito, the mariachi turtle.
The mariachi turtle?
He's fun. I like him. I'd have a beer or 2 with him. In jail.
The video continues playing, showing footage of a kid's birthday parties while Willy Wonderland birthday song plays, which you'll hear several times throughout the movie. After the video, Tex shows Cage, the animatronic character, is all standing on stage while giving a brief rundown of why the place shut down, which goes basically like this. The kids would try to rush the stage and to get to the characters and climb on them. And in doing so, some of them got hurt, which led to a few lawsuits from mommy safety organizations, which ended up putting them out of business, is the story Tex gives. Tex walks off, leaving Cage alone, staring at Willy Weasel, staring him in the eyes. When Cage turns around, we see Willy kind of move a little bit in the background, but freezes again when Cage turns back and looks at him. Tex shows Cage the cleaning closet filled with everything he'll need to clean the place, along with a stack of Willy Wonderland t-shirts to wear.
You missed the whole part where Tex is like, yeah, and then they shut us down because this is the America those liberal cucks went. Thanks, Joe Biden. And then Alex Jones is like, oh. I wonder what he's up to nowadays.
No clue.
Probably being insane.
Tex is going to be...
Because he's from Texas.
Gotcha. Tex says it's going to be dark soon, that he'll be back in the morning with Cage's repaired car, and tells Cage to help himself to whatever he can find in the kitchen, wishes him luck, and then leaves.
What the fuck would even... If that shit's been shut down for like 10 years. Like,
no.
Yeah, go ahead and get that rat feces pizza, homie. Knock yourself out.
There's some moldy pizza dough. It's
there's a roll of salami with a fucking family of possums living in it.
There's some molded over mozzarella sticks.
Get it.
Some incredibly flat soda, but you don't need that because you got your punch.
You came prepared. Fuck, you could turn this movie into a drinking game real easy.
Yeah, you could. Very easy.
Every time it's break time or it's punch time.
Punch time. Outside, Tex chains and locks the doors.
Unnecessary,
but does it for emphasis. Goes over to Jed, tries to light a cigar, but his lighter won't work, so he just tosses it over by the dumpster.
That's what you do. If you're rich,
you're like,
chuck
fuck this Zippo. I'm done with it. Then tells Judd, let's go. I can't stand to hear a grown man scream.
I can. I have a boner.
Cut back to Liv at the trailer. Her group of friends show up and help her escape. So
This is kind of fun.
It's not bad, but we meet our main group of future fodder here.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we have Chris, who has like in love with Liv, has a crush on Liv. Kathy, the mini skirt wearing, gum chewing blonde sex pot.
I'm okay with her.
I'm okay with her too. Dan, the black guy with glasses.
Oh, black nerd, yes.
Black nerd. And then we have Bobby, the other black guy who's Kathy's boy toy, and it's the most ghetto of all of them. But it's like
fake ghetto.
it's like rural fake ghetto.
Yes. My favorite shit is when he like squints his brow, he has like fucking 9,000 wrinkles.
Yeah.
Like his rows like overlap his fucking. Why am I doing this gesture?
I don't know.
Nobody can see.
His forehead has cornrows.
Yes,
basically.
yes.
And then there's Aaron. He was just Aaron,
a dude.
just there.
Yeah, no shit.
There's like really no personality to Aaron whatsoever.
He's like, you smoke weed? I grow weed or something.
Yeah,
Wait, one of those characters said that.
Yeah,
I don't know
one
which
did
one it
later.
was. It was body count number 2.
So Kathy uses a bobby pin to undo the handcuffs, freeing Liv. Liv says, "Come on, we're late. I saw the bait already, who's probably already locked inside Willy's by now." Bob says, "All right, let's roll out. I want to see that bitch burn." To which Liv's like, "No, we're not doing this for entertainment. If we're going to do this, we're doing it like a mission, not a field trip." So I guess they're going all Mission Impossible. I wish I had the Mission Impossible music cue, but bum, 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 bum,
It'll be kind of entertaining, though.
yeah, kind of entertaining. So they all agree and they head out to Willy's. We jump back to Cage, who has put on a Willy's t-shirt now, and he sets his watch alarm and starts cleaning the place, but not before he puts his energy drinks into the fridge to get them nice and chilled. So for the next few minutes, we just watch Cage clean.
Hope you like that because there's a
lot
of
of Cage cleaning. Yep.
So he could use that as like his sizzle reel when he goes to places. Like when he loses his job, he's like, "Also, I'm pretty proficient in cleaning too."
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage cleaning service.
I'd hire him.
Oh, sure, man.
Yeah. So he like I said, he watched clean for several minutes, and then his watch alarm goes off. He takes a break to chug a punch energy drink. He also finds a Willy Wonderland pinball machine, for which some reason is in the kitchen instead of the arcade with all the other video games and pinball machines, but this one's in the kitchen.
It had to be isolated. It was too deadly and clever than the other ones.
It was in timeout. It was in the corner.
Yes.
It was in timeout.
Nobody puts Willy Wonderland pin machine in the corner.
Yep, that's right. Time of my life.
Oh my God, where's the scene where it's him holding it over him?
Holding up the Willy Wonderland pinball machine above his head.
Somebody Photoshop that.
That would be amazing.
There's a fucking shirt.
If I had the technology to do that, I would totally put that on a shirt.
And all proceeds go to not me.
all proceeds go to my lawsuit fund because I get sued for having Nick Cage on the shirt.
I mean, he even looks enough not like himself in this to where you could probably get away.
I could probably get away with it. Yeah. So anyway, the watch beeps again. He goes back to clean. Breaks over. While he sweeps or mops, if I can't remember, I think he's sweeping.
Hold up. I got to jump in real quick. I love how before Doug Dimmadome closed the door, he was so adamant. He's like, "Be sure to take your breaks."
Yes, he was very adamant about taking breaks.
He's like, "No, seriously, dude, I don't want you getting worn out." Then he pulls out his 2 revolvers and just fire. Sorry, Marty.
So while Cage is sweeping the floor, we see Ozzy the ostrich moving behind him. Cage turns around and boom, sees the animatronic ostrich staying right behind him now, standing there motionless. He stares at it for a moment, then starts like tapping it with like the broom handle, like boink, 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 and nothing happens. Nothing happened first. He taps it some more, tap, tap, nothing's happening. He's like, all right. But then Ozzy comes to life and says, "I'm gonna feast on your face," then attacks Cage by trying to peck at Cage's face.
I wouldn't fuck with an ostrich, dude. They're crazy.
They are crazy,
They're
man.
dinosaurs. They got dino DNA.
Dynamite! This starts fight number 1. Cage swats the first several of Ozzy's attempts to peck at him away with the broom. But Ozzy does manage to land a glancing blow on Cage's face, cutting him below his left eye.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
This pisses off Cage, who snaps the broomstick over his leg like he was a roided out Jose Canseco. Then uses the 2 halves of the broken broomstick like batons and goes all Daredevil on Ozzy's ass.
I was going to say Nightwing, but I like yours.
Okay. Cage unleashes the rage on Ozzy, beating him down It looks awesome. I fucking loved it. Cage like sweeps Ozzy's leg because he's Cobra Kai. He sweeps the leg.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
And then just brutally bashes Ozzy's head in with one of the makeshift batons. The final blow breaks open Ozzy's head, and Cage's face gets covered in oil, or as we like to call it here, some black robot blood.
I like it.
And man, it's been a hot minute. I should say more like a hot hour since we've got to say robot blood. That's the shout out to also First Lady Miss Sarah Samples, because I think the last time we got to do that was way back on the Chopping Mall episode where we had robot blood.
Robot blood.
Anyway, he's not done yet. So now he channels his old school Sub-Zero and rips out fucking Ozzy the Ostrich's spinal cord.
Yeah, dude, it's fatality.
Just done. Just rips out this metal spine.
I forgot you had buttons for that. I was gonna do that, but that's good. That he did it for a living.
He did. Cage just goes to the cleaning closet now to get a clean Willy Wonderland shirt to replace his robot blood covered one.
I'd laugh if he had to pay for those. I'd be like, hey, you did a great job of cleaning shit, and we fixed your car up, but that's gonna be like
but you went through like 5 shirts,
yeah,
man.
that'll be like $150. No, the ATM doesn't work.
No,
the
but you don't have cash.
Works.
Well, I guess you have to clean up again overnight.
Yep. Now you got to clean out my fucking wife's dildo pit.
Oh,
It's a deleted Saw scene.
oh yeah, that's the.
I saw it.
Oh,
I've seen it.
we cut to the sheriff's station where sheriff is sitting at her desk. Across from her is an officer.
This dude has to be like the director or something.
Yeah, it's officer doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
So
Officer Jabroni.
who basically like, why'd you request state police backup? Why am I even here tonight since nothing's going on? He asks her what the plans for tonight, and she tells him, we're going to sit right here and pray that phone doesn't ring. And we jump back to Cage, who takes a page from our man, Nelly. Love it. And he places like a little duct tape band-aid underneath his eye.
He does.
Just like fucking Nelly. And he goes and bags up Ozzy the Ostrich's remains, and he goes to take them out to the dumpster, but finds the front doors are chained and locked from the outside. His watch alarm goes off again, so
Break time.
back to the kitchen. He washes his hand, chugs another punch energy drink, and then starts cleaning up the pinball machine, getting it all dust and dirt off of it.
You know what's something we didn't talk about?
What's that?
At the very beginning of the film, when he's driving his car, he has dog tags in the window because he's obviously like some hardcore Marine fucking that kind of shit or something.
I was actually going to comment on those later, but yeah, we might as well it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, or
it doesn't matter.
So
It doesn't matter.
There we go.
So how many of these? We should have counted this. How many of those purple
punch?
Yeah, how many think he's had so far?
You know what? I wish I would have counted. And Aaron's gonna be so disappointed because that's normally something he's always gonna be shit for you. I count weird things in these movies. That's something I should have counted.
I'm gonna say this is probably 4.
He probably goes through at least a 12-pack, I would imagine.
Oh, so I mean, you're supposed to drink one of those a day, so that motherfucker's heart is just about to.
His heart is like fucking Speedy Gonzales, man.
He has 2 hearts like the tyrant from Resident Evil. So what the fuck? Okay, we're not there yet. It's the gorilla heart.
After a while of cleaning, Cage hears singing coming from the main room. He heads out and sees Willy and some of the other animatronics singing the birthday song. Not having any of that shit, Cage flips the power switch, shutting them down. And that's when he hears a door close. Cage heads back to the bathrooms where he sees "It's Your Birthday" written in blood on one of the mirrors, which he just cleans up. He's like, let's clean this.
Also, as a guy who used to be a cleaning lady despite my physical handicap, it's my penis.
Yeah.
Penis. He uses the same rag to clean everything, and that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody cleaning my sink with a fucking doo-doo rag.
Yeah.
You know, you keep the doo-doo sponge separate from the fucking sink and, like, you know, kitchen shit.
Yeah.
Nick Cage, get your shit together, homie. If you ever want to get hired by me to clean my not house, you got to be changing out them doo-doo rags.
Change out the doo-doo rags. That's the message for today, folks.
Changing out them doo-doo rags.
Remember to clean out your doo-doo rags.
Don't be cleaning my refrigerator with them doo-doo rags, homie.
So, Yeah, he just cleans it up. As he cleans, a voice rings out saying, "Let's play hide and seek." And then all the bathroom stall doors start slamming closed. The lights begin to flicker as the voice sings, "You'll never find me." Then sinisterly says, "I'm going to rip out your eyes and feast on your soul." Cage, like, fuck it. He begins kicking open all the stall doors one by one. When he gets to the last door, he kicks it open, looks around, there's nothing there, and then swinging down from the ceiling comes Gus Gorilla, who does like a swinging drop kick to Cage's chest, setting him flying up against the wall.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Gus grabs Cage, starts slamming him repeatedly up against the walls. Cage fights back, so they go into a back and forth, but Gus manages to throw Cage through a stall door into a stall. A moment later, Cage comes rushing out of the stall with plunger in hand, jams the plunger into Gus's mouth. With it stuck on him, Cage uses the plunger that's stuck to Gus's face to control Gus and slam him around the room. He slams him into a mirror, pulls the plunger off, and then just slams it back on his face again before beating Gus repeatedly with the plunger. Cage then throws Gus face down into a urinal.
Clean urinal.
With Gus's upper jaw on the lip of the urinal, and fucking curb stomps the back of Gus's head, causing it to fucking explode. More black robot blood covers Cage and the freshly cleaned bathroom. Gus is dead.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's a complete miss button. I forgot to hit the Alt. I just want to hit Alt F.
You know,
there it is.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say some not so great things about this movie, but I want everybody to know that part was fucking awesome.
That was awesome. I'm always a good curb stomp. It just gives me shivers, man. Like that shit fucks me up.
What do you think was the origin of the curb stomp? That's got to be American History X, right?
I mean, that's the first time I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the majority of
and
people.
that one is like, I see that, I get shit like, oh,
when you hear his teeth,
the teeth on the oh. Ever since then, man, curb stomp's just like fucking freaked out.
Cronenberg.
God damn. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for the technical difficulty there. I played the wrong soundbite, but fuck it.
We do what we want.
I do what I want. I mess up. It ain't perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Not this movie.
Cage just walks out, throws his shirt in the trash, grabs a new one, then wraps his lower ribs and torso in duct tape.
What's up with this? Is this like prison armor?
Yeah,
think?
I don't know if he's making, or if it's like, he broke a rib when fighting Gus, and he's trying to like tape it up.
I mean, that's still going to be broke, homie.
Which is an option too. He could have taped up the ribs, but it also could be maybe his body armor.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
It could be both.
Yeah. Maybe his midsection was just feeling a little cold, so he's like, here's a little tummy blanket.
Maybe he had to wrap his organs up because a fucking punch energy drink was about to explode through his chest. So he's got to wrap it to keep.
Dude, like Slaughter High when the dude drinks the fucking poison and his chicken guts are up out his stomach. That part was awesome.
So Cage bags up Gus's remains, places him by the front door next to Ozzy's, then has a stare down with the motionless Willy the Weasel. Again, his watch alarm goes off. So
Break time!
What?
Break time!
Yep, break time.
Sorry.
Once again, it's time to chug another punch energy drink and play some pinball. Outside, Liv and her crew pull up. They pour more gas on and around the building. Chris is about to light it on fire, but Liv stops him saying, hey, whoa, we can't do that. We got to get that guy out of there first. So Liv looks through the windows, finds him in the kitchen. She knocks on the kitchen window where she sees Cage cleaning the oven. She warns him that he's not safe in there, and she, hey, I'm going to help you get out of there. It's not safe. But Cage just turns away from her and goes back to cleaning.
You know what? I had a good idea. So, opposed to just mindlessly cleaning and having these animatronic monsters attack you one by one, why don't you just fucking Hulk out rage and kill them all at once? But then what kind of a story does that make?
Yeah, that's true. But it's a good point. I can't believe anything. But yeah, if you just took them all out right now, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe it's just numbers. Like if you attack them while they're not moving, they come to life to defend themselves. Then you're fighting like 8 against 1. So maybe this way is like at least it's a 1-on-1 fight.
They're kind of
you might not know what's coming, but at least it's 1-on-1 instead of 8 versus 1.
All right, good point.
So her crew is just about Her crew are all about just burning down the building with him inside. They don't give a shit. Like, we're burning this shit down. We don't care. They do not seem to care about committing arson or murder. Liv refuses, saying that she's going to figure out a way to get inside and for her crew to figure out a way to get them out once she's in and ready to go. We cut to Liv being all diehard John McClane here, crawling through air vents. Now, here, I have a rant here about this.
Okay, get it, boy.
Because can someone out there please tell me why air vents in movies are so fucking huge?
Thank you.
I've never been anywhere or have seen any places these massive air vent tunnels that people are just able to crawl around in. Now, I know our buddy, friend of the show, Mr. Chris Samples, maybe he can answer this because I know he works in construction, so maybe he sees the air vents going in. But where are these fucking air vents that are so goddamn huge that people can crawl through them? I look at my house. I got air vents. I ain't throwing, like, you can barely fit a cat in these air vents, let alone a full-size human being. So I don't know why all air vents in movies and TV shows are just gigantic tunnels.
Yeah, they need to quit hyping it like it's Discovery Zone for adults and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So Liv's crawling down the air duct tunnels, and from out of nowhere pops Artie the alligator, who chases Liv through the air vents. And here, I mean, seriously, this is what I'm talking about. So these air vents are now large enough, not for just a person to crawl around it, but a giant animatronic alligator. And not only are they large enough for that, but they're also strong enough to support all the weight. And you know, a fucking animatronic probably weighs several hundred pounds.
Yeah, it's like a Terminator.
Yeah. And you're telling me these air vents are strong enough that she's not falling through the floor or falling through the air vent? Like, bullshit. What is going on with these air vents?
Well, they actually, they build the building around the air vents.
Yeah.
To support the air vents. Yeah.
Okay. So the buildings are really just
I learned that in
air
drafting.
vent support systems.
Yes, exactly. I learned that in drafting class.
Okay. Liv manages to slip out through the air vent covering just in the nick of time to avoid the snapping jaws of Artie, and she finds herself in the magical fairy forest, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm all right with this.
I like this. It was kind of neat little place, kind of cool lighting. As she wanders through the magic forest, shrieks ring out, followed by a female voice saying, "I've waited so long for a girl to play with."
Whoa.
And we see Siren Sarah dashing from tree to tree. I have to say that she doesn't look like a siren at all.
No, she's just a Tinkerbell knockoff.
Yeah, not in the least. She is a fairy or a pixie.
Or a wood imp.
I even said she looks like an evil Tinkerbell. That's exactly what I put. And she even has like the pixie haircut.
I drew this picture fucking 5 years before this movie, so I'm suing somebody. And Disney's gonna sue me.
Also, Sarah is the only character animatronic that doesn't look like an evil furry.
No, it's just a chick wearing a mask.
It's just a woman in Tinkerbell costume wearing a large mascot pixie head type thing. So Sarah pops up in front of Liv and invites her to come see her treehouse. Liv declines, takes a swing at Sarah, who does like this awesome backwards flip onto the wall.
I'm okay with
and
it.
then climbs up the wall backwards and out of sight.
Like in Blade 2.
Yeah, and like, I'm okay with this because it looks pretty fucking awesome. I was totally okay with it. Like, that's cool.
Yes.
And kind of creepy at the same time.
This
dug
movie
it.
does have some very cool moments from time to time.
Liv swings again at Sarah, who popped up. She dropped down behind her. So Sarah pops on behind Liv. She swings again, but then Sarah flips up again. Like, does this flip or flies up out of frame, disappearing from sight. And Sarah starts singing like an eerie version of "Ring Around the Rosie," the old nursery rhyme. And right before the line, we all fall down. In a blink of an eye, Sarah swoops down from like the ceiling from top of the frame, tackles Liv, and the both of them go flying off screen.
Hey, wait a minute.
Did not hate this at all.
At any point, does Siren Sarah use any sonic shriek
Nope,
powers?
that's another problem. Sirens are known for having like
That's their shtick. That's
yeah,
their
they
bit.
sing. They have a voice that hypnotizes men or people that hear it to come to them. Not once does she do that, and that's if you're gonna call something Siren Sarah, you might want to include that. Otherwise, just call her like
Chicken Knuckles Sarah.
Yeah, or
Maybe not Chicken Knuckles.
Pixie Paulina, or Fairy Freya or something.
Okay.
I mean something, but because she's not a siren at all.
Tinkerbell. That's
another that
hasn't been taken yet, has it?
I don't think so.
I think we're okay. We're
You're
good.
good. I don't think that's suable.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine there. So we cut back outside. The group starts arguing over what they should do. Bobby wants to just leave and wants nothing to do with this, with going inside. But the others are like, we gotta go and we gotta find Liv. So eventually the other side, let's head up to the roof. Because sure, let's go to the roof first. We jump to Cage now. He's in the magic forest. Liv falls from the trees, landing on top of Cage. Liv tells him that she's here to get him out of here and that she had to stop that bitch, but it won't keep her away for long. Again, Cage ignores her and just walks away and leaves the magical forest. It's like, whatever, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is like a your problem.
Yeah, this sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah, I got to go clean another toilet.
Yeah.
Wait, so then if he cleans something and then it gets it all yucky again, does he have to go back and re-clean it?
I want to imagine, because I think about the bathtub when Gus exploded. Like, he's going to have to re-clean that whole bathroom now.
I would be fucking furious.
Yeah.
I'd get so mad, I'd probably like down an energy drink
Exactly.
and play pinball for at least 15 minutes.
At least. So on the roof,
at most.
At
At most.
yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble.
On the roof, the crew again start arguing with each other what the plan should be. Bobby's had enough, says, fuck it, let's go, baby, referring to Kathy, and starts to walk away. Chris snaps, charges Bobby, tackles Bobby, and the two of them go falling through the roof and come crashing down into Willy's Wonderland. The damage to the roof, I guess, sends like ripples and causes more of the roof to collapse under the feet of the others, sending them all crashing down into Willy's as well. Kathy, Chris, Dan, and Aaron all land in the ball pit.
I mean, are the air vents okay?
The air vents, I'm sure they're okay.
Okay,
hopefully.
that's all I'm worried about.
Hearing the noise, Liv shows up to investigate. She's not happy to see her friends because they're supposed to stay outside to help her get out, not coming after her. But before they can argue with them, the stage spotlights come on and all the remaining animatronics start to move, including Siren Sarah, who has rejoined the others on stage. The animatronics start singing another song. Liv pulls out a knife, charges Sarah. She's about to stab Sarah in the face, but Cage just pops up, grabs her arm, stopping her.
And then he tells her, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He just picks her up over her shoulder and carries her off stage, where she like drops her or puts her down next to her friends. At this point, Aaron notices that there's only 6 animatronics on stage instead of 8. Mm-hmm. Realizing that Cage must have taken out 2 of them by himself, turns to Cage and says, "That's badass, man."
But I get it. You're like stern, figure, and you don't talk. But you could have been like, "Yeah, I killed 2 of them."
Yeah, or just a thumbs up, or like
yeah,
nod,
some
like,
form of confirmation.
Yeah,
that pisses me off.
Yeah. Cage just takes the knife from Liv and walks away, leaving them alone. Liv, Chris, Dan, and Aaron go after Cage, follow him into the kitchen or something, while Kathy and Bobby hang back and head into the super fun room. In the kitchen, Liv's still trying to get through the Cage, saying she knows all about what they told Cage about how if he worked here overnight, they would pay to have his tires fixed by morning. She tells him that's all a lie, that they've told the same lie to countless others over the last 20 years, and that Cage is here to be a human sacrifice to be eaten and killed. The whole time she's talking, Cage is just going about his work clean and not paying any attention. Liv then goes into some backstory exposition dumping,
she does.
Where we get flashbacks footage from the restaurant that was still open and packed with kids. She explains that Willy's was built back in 1996 by Jerry Robert Willis. Turns out Jerry Willis is one of the last century's most sick and sadistic serial killers, and Jerry spent most of his time cultivating similar sickos, some of the worst depraved people you could ever imagine. Now, during these flashbacks, we see these people working at Willy's and dressed kind of similarly to the animatronics. Like, we see one of them is wearing the large blue sombrero that Tito the Turtle wears. Another is wearing a knight's helmet and carries a large plastic sword, just like Nighty Night. Liv continues her story, saying that times Willy and his co-workers would sometimes whisk away unsuspecting families to the super happy fun room, where once inside, the families would be treated to a birthday cake and a private show by Willy Weasel.
Yeah.
And these shows would all end the same way. And the flashback shows us Willy the Weasel using his claws to slash and kill the kids and the families. Liv says that after numerous missing persons reports and suspicious smells coming from inside Willy's, the law decided it was time to investigate. At this point, we see several police SUVs swarm Willy's, as Liv says that Jerry and his gang refused to be taken alive. So when the police entered the super happy fun room, they discovered Jerry and his crew had performed a satanic suicide ritual.
Yay.
That was a katra, or a transfer of energy, where the memory and consciousness of the living relocate into non-living entities.
I've seen that in Child's Play.
Yeah, I think it's called Child's Play, right?
Bobby Dualdabella.
10 years later, Willy's reopens under new owner Tex McAdoon, and things were wrong from the start. There are reports that the animatronics moved on their own. Some would say things they weren't programmed to say.
What was it?
And I do love this flashback, right? Because you see this like chubby little bratty kid reaching up to grab Siren Sarah's tits, and Sarah just snaps like saying, "Wanna fuck, fatty?" And the kid's like,
I'd be like, okay, I'll fucking animatronic.
yeah, at that age, like,
I've seen Blade Runner. I know where this is going.
yes, please, I'm okay.
I'll be the progenitor of this. Oh, I love this real quick.
Go ahead.
When they shoot the footage of the 1990s, it's done in all this grainy,
It
like,
was more like 80s.
yeah, or
Yeah.
fucking the 60s, like the Dateline, World War II.
Yeah,
We
it really,
show-
like that's, I didn't think about that, but yeah, it's a great point because it opened. It's in the mid 90s.
I
and
remember.
the video footage. It looks like it's from like 1982.
Yes.
like, it's really bad. They should have made it. They didn't need to make it.
It looks
look
like
that
one of
old.
the home films from Sinister.
I don't remember those. I haven't seen them in forever.
Oh, it's dope. It's dope.
Um.
I assure you.
So, where were we? Animatronics move. Want to fuck Faye. All right. So Liz keeps on talking, saying that others would kill and feast on customers, and we see Willy ripping an arm off a kid. Liv says after several more incidents, Willy closes his doors again. However, Tex doesn't bulldoze it to the ground because Willy got to Tex and convinced him to make a deal with the devil along with all the others.
This would have been nice to see in the movie.
Yeah, a little bit more than just a flashback. We didn't need so many cleaning shots, but yeah.
Right. No, it.
We come back
important.
to the present time where the group realizes that Kathy and Bobby aren't with them. So we cut to Kathy and Bobby in the super happy fun room. Kathy instantly gets all worked up, being in the room where the killer's off themselves. She turns to Bobby, telling him that she's getting all turned on right now, and they start
Okay.
making out.
Yeah, because, you know.
Yeah. This is the first time we've seen somebody like get all turned on, like the death or something. Like, ooh, death. It makes me all horny. Murder.
Bride of
suicide.
Chucky.
Yeah,
With-
Bride of
okay.
Chucky. Yeah, and there's another movie I'm trying to think of. I think that we saw something similar to that too, where it's like, but I don't remember. Off the top of my
So
head.
I want to call out one scene real quick.
Go
When-
ahead.
When they're all getting ready to like climb onto the roof, old girl in the mini skirt goes first, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, y'all motherfuckers stay down here. You don't need to be looking at that.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Look up her skirt. Yeah, yeah.
This chick has the biggest bra.
Dude, this chick. Okay, we're coming up on that.
Yeah, sorry.
Where we're they're making out. So we cut back to the others who hear the animatronics start singing the birthday song again. So they all go back out to the main room to check it out. Only this time the animatronics change the lyrics from "Let's all have fun" to "Let's kill everyone," and then power down. The lights go off, casting the place in total darkness. A spotlight shines on Willy. Hold on a second. Spotlight shines on Willy, who starts singing a song about 6 little chickens at the end of the line. And I have to say, this song is pretty fucking catchy. I kind of dig it. And I actually audio captured it, so I'm going to play
Yeah, go
the
for it.
6
Hell
chicken
yeah.
songs because it's fucking catchy, man. I kind of like it. And it's actually, it's obviously, he's singing about the kids. He's singing about their situation.
What?
What? Never. Yeah, mind blown. All right, so here's 6 little chickens.
6 little chickens at the end of the line. 6 little chickens at the end of the line. One happy weasel says it's dinner time. 6 little chickens will be just fine. 6 little chickens in the weasel's den. 4 little roosters and a couple of hens. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. 6 little chickens at the end of the line. 6 little chickens. Watch out now. 6 little chickens. Here comes the weasel. 6 little chickens running out of time. Whoops. 5 little chickens at the end of the line.
And right after you hear that, Riley says, oops, 5 little chickens at the end of the line. The song ends, and Nighty Night pops up behind Aaron and just impales him, runs him through with his giant
Oh no!
fucking sword.
Not Aaron.
Yeah,
Who's
not-
done so much
Yeah.
that integral role to the group.
Yeah. So the Night Night then swings at one of the other guys. I think it might have been Chris. I'm not sure. But the guy like slips on Aaron's blood, falls to the floor, which actually ended up saving his life because he slipped.
That was kinda dope.
It was kind of like a happy accident. Like, so he slips and falls, saving him from getting cut in half by the sword. Liv attacks Nighty Night from behind, knocking him over. She yells at her friends to run and get out. She turns to look at Aaron, who's clinging to life, clutching his gaping wound in his guts, and it's just like, I'm sorry. And then Nighty gets back up, sword in hand. We cut to Cage back in the kitchen, grabbing another punch energy drink, chugging it down, still playing pinball.
like fucking getting off. Like, ugh. Till I'm gonna come in the coin slot.
We jump right back to Kathy and Bob. At this point, they are fucking in the super happy fun room, which gives it up a name. Hey, it sounds like a super happy fun room right now.
And what is up with this 360 shot? They're just rotating.
The 360 camera?
Yeah, I mean, good for them, you know.
Yeah, she's riding him like a bucking bronco. And I gotta say, though, even though we don't see any tits or ass, her tits look fucking magnificent in this, like, baby blue bra she's wearing.
It's almost a bustier, too.
Dude, her tits are pushed up to the max. Like, they look fucking phenomenal. I will say that.
It would be cool if we saw them.
It would be. Anyway, they're banging, and she look. And I guess it's like I said, it's a pretty hot scene. Like I said, we don't see any nudity, but I'm like,
are they fucking in the ball pit too?
No, they're not in the ball, but they're not on they're like on an inflatable thing, some kind of inflatable thing.
Oh, like a bounce house. I got you.
Yeah, but they're not in a bounce house. It's like I don't know, like almost like a pool raft. It's like some kind of inflatable thing.
Okay.
But I like saying. It's a pretty hot scene because Kathy is fucking committed to this scene, and her performance she is going all out for this. It's kind of hot. Anyway, they're banging. She looks over and looks up and sees Artie Alligator standing in the corner. She stops and asks Bobby if it's always been there. Bobby, being the typical man, don't give a fuck and only wants to get back to banging. So that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I like to have sex and everything, but I also don't like to get murdered when I'm having sex. Usually that really brings the mood down.
Yeah, when a giant animatronic alligator just magically manifests out of thin air in a corner, I'm like,
You know what?
maybe it's time to stop and pick this up later. And,
let's put a
move on.
pin in it, and then...
Yeah, I can always bang you later. Don't need to get eaten by a man-eating animatronic alligator.
Yeah. It's problematic.
Meanwhile, Dan finds himself in like some strobe light filled room or hallway. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Where he gets surrounded by Tito the Turtle and Sarah. Sarah gets him trapped in a corner, and her mouth now changes into like a giant like venom like black mouth
Like
filled
a bear
with fangs.
trap.
Yeah, it's very venomous. It's very cool, very creepy looking.
Yeah, I liked it.
Loved it. Didn't hate it. Liv is in the main room. She's bobbing and weaving, dodging Nighty's sword. His sword swing. She's rolling on her tables, trying to avoid him. Chris, meanwhile, hides his ass behind a counter in the arcade room, calls the sheriff for help, but once he says that they're at Willy's, the sheriff just hangs up on him, and officer, it doesn't matter, says like, and tells officer it doesn't matter, it was a prank call. Like, don't worry about it. Chris calls right back and says that Liv brought them here. Hearing that, the sheriff leaps up and tells officer it doesn't matter to put on his balls because they're going to Willy's.
So is that like her daughter or something? Do you think there's some kind of relation
Well,
there?
you've obviously got there is some kind of relation, past history here.
I do like she's like, you're a fucking bitch. It's like, I love it when you talk nice to me.
Yeah, Liv attacks Knight from behind. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, we already did that. We cut back to Dan in the strobe light room. Sarah does like a cartwheel into a back handspring, then locks her legs around Dan's neck and gives him a hurricanrana, sending him flying into the foam pit. Not the ball pit, but the foam pit.
I remember this.
Where Tito Turtle rips into Dan's neck like a fucking zombie, killing him.
I like turtles.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that shit. I like turtles. Cut back to Cage. His watch alarm goes off, signaling the end of his break. So he crushes his punch can in his hand, tosses it in the trash, heads back to the main room.
Fuck you, recycling.
He shows up just in time to grab Nighty's arm, stopping him from killing Liv. Cage tosses Nighty to the floor, then picks him up and repeatedly and brutally just slams Nighty's head and face into the wall. Black robot blood's flying everywhere. Cage... where is it? Cage, blood flying. Tosses Nighty back down to the floor, picks up his sword, and decapitates Nighty while Liv stands there watching him in awe.
Fatality.
Nighty Night is now dead. Nick Cage stands there covered in black robot blood, turns, looks at Liv. The two of them stand there looking at each other, and we just cut back to Kathy, still fucking Bobby, riding away on him. Kathy looks over, sees Artie move now. Actually sees him move.
I'm out.
Bobby looks over, and Artie is now gone. And Sarah says, where the fuck did it go? Or he says, where did it go? And on that cue, Artie pops up behind him, pushes Kathy back a little bit, And he bites down into Bobby. Blood sprays all over Kathy and her magnificent tits, who I'm sure at this point Bobby is still inside of her while this is happening. Kathy gets off of Bobby, runs to the door, which of course is now locked because, of course.
Gator magic.
Gator magic. Gator magic, as Artie just savages Bobby, rips him apart with his large gator jaws. Bobby's toast.
That gator dead. Or no, it isn't.
Gator ain't dead. Bobby did.
Oh yeah, I thought it was Reno 911 the movie. You ever see that shit?
Oh, I love Reno 911.
Dude, when they're like, that gator dead.
Yeah.
And he gets in the pool to fuck with it, dude, just takes him down.
Yeah.
That movie's
Dude,
funny
Reno
as shit.
911's the best. I love that shit.
Sometimes I forget if I'm like watching Cops or Reno 911. It's because like shit so Reno 911 level ridiculous shit happening in Cops always fucks me up. Like, I can break these cuffs. Ah! It's like this. What's the PC term for little dude? Little dude.
Midget?
Yeah.
Dwarf?
Little dude.
No, dude.
Little black guy. It's probably all of like 4 foot, and he's obviously doing some angel dust, as one does.
Yeah.
And he's in these handcuffs, and he's in the front of the cop car, and he's like just going Super Saiyan and shit, and he just keeps telling the cops, "I can break these cuffs." It's like, dude, you can't break those cuffs. He's like, "I can break these cuffs." And he's like Webster size. There we go. And he's just like, ah. So like, there's a Dragon Ball Z parody of that where they slap the handcuffs on Android 16, and he's like, "I can break these cuffs." It's like, sir, he broke the damn cuffs. Oh my god, dude, I'll play it for you later. It's fucking ridiculous.
All right, sounds good. You know what else is ridiculous?
What's that?
My bush right now.
Oh,
My
Marshall,
bush
tell me
is
about your
fucking
bush.
is ridiculous right now because I haven't used my Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 and it's all grown back. And that just reminds me, I gotta get back on that, get my Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 and shave my balls and my pubes back down to a respectable, attractive length. And you know what? I'm not doing what I can do, but you can do it too at home.
I'll do it right now.
All right. Do it. Watch. Yeah, there it is. Get your shit cleaned up.
Marshall, what about your stinking ass armpits that
Well,
I
my
can
stinky
obviously
ass
smell
armpit?
from over here?
Yes, my stinky ass armpits. Oh, I can clean that up with my Manscaped deodorant because they offer that now along with shampoo and conditioner, body wash, and hydrating body spray. And they get all that at manscaped.com along with the weed whacker and the lawnmower. And, if you want to be nice, even got shaving mats. They got some other stuff. They got traditional razors if you want a more traditional razor for your face,
That's
too.
fancy.
They got fancy shit there. Get it all nice little leather, real nice leather shaving bag. You get all that.
One of those things?
No, a bag to carry it all in. But you get all your needs at manscaped.com. And when you're there, just use promo code Moongoon. That's MOONGOON to get yourself 20% off and free shipping of your entire order from manscaped.com.
Damn, Marshall, I'd have to be some kind of idiot not to take advantage of that
You
deal.
would have to be a bloody moron not to
fucking-
take advantage of that deal.
Also, I noticed your lips are a little chapped.
Well, they are. You must be thinking. You see the before pictures. They are not because I've been using the new Manscaped lip balm that comes with the Premier package as a free gift. You get 3 of them in that bad boy.
Well, I just looked
3.
at your lips now, and apparently I'm a fucking moron because now I can see
You
the
see the
sheen
sheen,
of
the
your
sheen, the
happy,
shine?
healthy lips. They're fun and fine.
Yeah, they are. Manscaped.com. Promo code Moongoon, 20% off. Boom. We'll do it again just for fun. There we go.
I'll cut promos all fucking day.
All right. So where were we?
Cutting promos.
Cutting promos where we were. So
We were at the part where Nicolas Cage
Cage
says...
and Liv happen to be walking down the hallway. Cage says nothing. He still hasn't said a word.
Not a goddamn word.
And so far he doesn't have to. Cage and Liv happen to be walking down the hallway and hear Kathy screaming from the other side of the door. Cage kicks the door open like a fucking boss.
It's gone. It's off the hinges.
Now it doesn't kick it open. It kicks it off the hinges.
It's
it sends it
twirling.
flying.
It's fucking gone. Norrin Rad's writing that shit. It's fucking out. 3 of the 4 listeners will pick up on that joke.
That's my Silver Surfer reference.
Thank you. You
There
got
go.
it.
Very well. So by the time they kick the door open, Liv and Cage find the bloody and ravaged corpses of Kathy and Bobby with a blood-covered Artie kneeling over the bodies. Artie looks up and charges Cage. Cage monkey flips Artie over his body onto the floor and then rolls through it and ends up mounting Artie and just rains down punches to Artie's face.
Just a flurry of fists.
And then grabs a jaw, one jaw in each hand, and like King Kong killing the
right,
T-Rex,
that's right.
Cage pulls the jaws fully apart, snapping them in half. Snapping those jaws in half. And you think that's good? Nope, he ain't done. Because then Cage thrusts his hand down Artie's throat and rips out what I think is Artie's metallic heart and just walks out of the room.
He tears out his Mechaleka High, Mecahiny Ho.
So we cut back to Chris hiding in the arcade still. In comes Cammy Chameleon. And Cammy looks like something from an LSD nightmare.
She looks like some HR Huff and Puff stuff.
Dude, she's the creepiest looking of all of these guys.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Cammy, unlike the others, doesn't go the aggressive, violent route. Instead, she tries the sweet honey dick approach. She tells him that she's not like the others and that he doesn't have to be afraid of her. She tells him that the others are mean to her. They call her ugly and make fun of my colorful skin.
I mean, that bitch is ugly, though.
I do like the subtle change. Like, when they see the close-up of her, you do see her like, skin change. Like, it's more...
All right, that was real. That was real. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rorschach's mask in Watchmen. You're still changed the colors. It's a pretty cool little effect.
A little hungover watching it on a laptop, and I'm like, oh, shit, it's glitching out.
No, that's real.
All right, cool.
She goes on to say that she's trapped in this body and just wants to be free. I don't expect you to believe me. I just hope you are different. Chris feels bad. Now he comes out from his hiding spot and introduces himself to Cammy.
What a dunce. You got called out by an animatronic chameleon you met all of 20 seconds ago with a track record. Their crew's killing your fucking crew and she wants to be your buddy. Why don't you go smoke some more weed, bong face?
I don't know. That might have been Aaron. I don't know. He slowly approaches Cammy, saying that he can help her move on to the next life. She offers to answer any and all questions he has if they will work together, blah, blah, blah. So now we cut back to Sheriff and Officer Doesn't Matter driving in the car. As they talk, Sheriff, here we go, guys. Get ready for more backstory exposition.
Yay!
And she tells them, like, here's we find out what's really going on, what's happening in the town, and what's happening at Willy's. So this kicks off another flashback as she continues her story, saying that we knew something supernatural was going on. We bellowed to the heavens that the machines were evil, but no one would believe us. They just thought we were some dumb yokels. Tex eventually hired a demo crew to destroy Willy's, but the day before the bulldozers were set to roll, the contractor was found dead in his bed and chewed up like a McDonald's hamburger along with his whole family.
Product placement.
There you go. There's some product placement. After that, no one would accept the job. The town decided maybe it was better to let sleeping dogs lie. So we told everybody to just stay away from Willy's and let it rot. But the machines got out. They found bodies. They started finding bodies at the ice cream shop, the hardware store, and even the school. So as a town, they decided instead of going to war with the machines, which would make them all look crazy, they would cut a deal with the machines instead.
Fucking Cybernet sellout. Cyberdyne sellout.
Cyberdyne. So in the flashback now we see the sheriff along with Tex and Jed of all people. Like, why? I guess the local tow truck driver has like a big political standing in this town. Like, why is he there?
No, it's probably because there's 4 people in the town and there's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The town's made up of 3 people.
Well, who the fuck's kids are? Never mind.
Yeah. So we see Sheriff Tex and Jed talking to Willy, saying, leave our townspeople alone, leave our kids alone, and leave our town be, and we will feed you. This leads to a montage of Jed and Tex convincing past victims to stay the night at Willy's. Doing the same shit, like, oh, if you don't have the money, well, we can work something out. If you're not afraid, if you need a hotel, oh, the hotel's all booked up, but I got a place you can stay for free if you're willing to work a little bit, blah, blah, blah. So you see all this stuff, and we cut back to Sheriff, who continues saying we lived up to our end of the bargain, and the machines kept their word. We tried to find people who wouldn't be missed, but things didn't go exactly as planned. This takes us to a flashback of the sheriff and Tex finding a young girl alive hiding in a cleaning closet at Willy's. With the girl's parents having been murdered, the sheriff takes in the little girl, which you've probably guessed by now is young Liv. Officer Doesn't Matter says, so that's what we're doing, Sheriff. And the sheriff admits that she couldn't live with losing that little girl. We cut back to Chris and Cammy still talking. In runs Liv. Chris tells Liv it's okay. We're making a deal. It's okay. But that's when Cammy shoots out her long lizard tongue, shoots it out Chris. It wraps around his neck. Cammy jerks her head back, which causes Chris's neck to snap, killing him. Once, you could say, snaps like a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah!
There you go. So stupid.
I did not see that coming.
Cammy turns to Liv saying, "You want to play, bitch?" Cage walks up now next to Liv, stands her next to Liv, fists raised, ready to throw down. But his watch alarm goes off, so it's break time.
Seriously? I guess I missed this part. He just
you
fucking
serious?
walks out.
He reaches into his pocket, gives Liz back her knife, says, "Here's your," just doesn't say anything, but hands her back her knife, then turns around, walks away, leaving Liv on her own.
That's
and I nearly
fucking hilarious.
Died laughing at this. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. I fucking loved it. So good. Well, break time, bitch. Can't help you fight. I'm on break.
I mean, Doug Dimmadome said I gotta take my fucking breaks.
Yep. I'm union. I gotta go on union rules. I gotta go.
I don't want my foreman tearing my dick off now, so I'll see you in 15.
Back in the kitchen, Cage, you guess it, pops another can of punch and plays more pinball. Meanwhile, Cammy shoots out her tongue again, knocking the knife out of Liv's hands. She then lashes her tongue around Liv's legs, tripping her and pulling Liv towards her. Liv grabs the tongue, uses it to pull herself up, then pulls the tongue towards her, causing Cammy to flip head over heels over Liv. The two of them fight. Liv stabs Cammy a few times and something like shanks her like a prison bitch. Just,
oh yeah,
right in the stomach.
I like it.
But Cammy doesn't seem to care and just pushes Liv back down to the floor by her head, which I love. It's like just push her head down to the floor.
Bump.
Cage's break ends. His alarm breaks over. So when we see him grab like this black like rubber tubing or something or black tubing.
Oh, it's like electrical housing shit, cable or whatever.
It's something. I don't know if it's cable. But it's very rubbery, very very moldable, very flimsy. Not flimsy, but like it's like he coils up like an extension cord or a rope.
Oh fuck, it's a rubber hose.
Rubber hose. Yeah, might as well call it a rubber hose.
Like the ones I used to get beat with.
Oh, okay. So where were Cammy stands over Liv, but then Cage pops up behind Cammy using the black tubing like Indiana Jones's whip. He lashes it out, wrapping it around her neck, and then starts slamming Cammy around the room using the tubing, like hold on to it and using it to smash her into some more arcade machines, one arcade machine after another. Just wham, wham, wham. Cammy drops to the floor. We cut to Cage and Liv dragging Cammy down the hallway, with tubing still wrapped around her neck. She's all, and she's being
Why does
dragged
a
down
robot
the
need to breathe, though?
That's a good point. They turn a corner and see Tito Turtle and Siren Sarah standing there blocking their path. Cage doesn't skip a beat, just walks up to Tito and Sarah, punches him in the face, dropping them both to the floor, and just walks past them with Liv like, okay, just following behind like a puppy dog.
So there's a scene in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Where Captain America is choking out an Ultron bot. Like, just going to town. And it's like, Cap, you know he don't breathe. I don't know. I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
I don't remember that, but that's funny. So Cage drags Cammy to the front door, kicks it open, but finds the sheriff standing there with her shotgun aimed at his face. The sheriff orders Cage back inside and has him get on his knees and tells Officer it doesn't matter to get that shit off of her, referring to the tubing around Cammy's neck. Sheriff frantically apologizes to Willy Weasel for what Cage has done. She tells Willy that this guy does not represent them or the town, and his actions should in no way reflect on the town.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, we got clarification on that.
She orders Officer Doesn't Matter, or ODM, I'm just ODM from here on out, to cuff Cage. ODM doesn't want to, but the sheriff tells ODM that there are two reasons why you need to. One, your wife and kids. And two, if you don't, no one in this town or county is going to be safe.
Does nobody own a fucking gun?
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, growing up in the Midwest.
I mean, she's got a shotgun. You could just shoot Willy right now.
A mechanical alligator man comes into my town. We say, you better keep walking, boy. We chase him out. We give him a warning. And then, no, you seriously just fucking Halloween 4 mob him and just light him the fuck up.
There you go.
Problems solved.
So yeah, there's some plot holes here for sure.
A little bit.
A little bit. ODM cuffs Cage. Sheriff orders everyone to leave, but Liv refuses to leave without Cage, so ODM has to drag her out. As she gets dragged out, she yells at the sheriff, "You've locked up the wrong guy. You locked up the wrong guy in here. He's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him."
God, what movie have I heard that from?
I believe that was Watchmen.
You are correct, sir.
The sheriff tells Cage she's sorry, then leaves Willy's. Before Liv gets in the car, though, she turns to the sheriff and says, "Is that what you did to my parents? You're a monster." Sheriff orders ODM to take Liv back to the station and lock her up in his cell and then come back here and get me. Inside, Cammy has gotten back on her feet. In comes Sarah, who says, "Hey there, cowboy, ready for a menage a trois?" Cage stares the two of them down in this like Mexican standoff, like they just stare at each other. As the song "Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes" starts to play.
Yeah, it's just
kind of funny.
All right, but okay.
As they stand there staring at each other for a while, Cage starts nodding his head like a madman. It's hilarious. Like they're standing there staring, and it starts like headbanging or something. He's like, it's hilarious.
So
Nick
Nick
Cage doesn't
Cage-
say a word. Doesn't great. Just starts nodding his head like a madman. Out
So
of
Nick
nowhere.
Cage does what Nick Cage
Yeah,
does.
he's,
Okay.
he's caging it up here.
Yes, caging up and breaking off the dial.
Yeah, man. Liv, we go to Liv. Wait, no. Yeah. And then it just cuts to ODM and Liv in the car driving back to the station. Liv is yelling at and laying into ODM, calling him a murderer for leaving Cage back there to die. Fed up with Liv's yelling, he slams on the brakes. She belittles him some more for not doing anything to help.
And he's like, "I'm really into this, though."
Yeah, like I like being humiliated and yelled at.
Spit in my eyes. Tell me I'm a dirty little donkey.
Eventually, ODM caves in and says that he is going to do something about this, but before he gets a chance to act, he gets grabbed around the neck through the window by Tito the Turtle,
Oh yeah.
who just fucking pops up out of fucking nowhere.
It's turtle magic.
Apparently, he's been riding on top of the car the whole time, which makes zero fucking sense because they would have seen him chilling on top of the car
Yeah, that shit
when they
might
got in it.
That shit might even like tune a can or whatever because
Yeah.
it's so heavy.
Or he would have at least heard him jump on top of it eventually. Yeah, the fact that he's just hanging on top of his car the whole time, kind of fucking hilarious. Tito drags ODM out of the car, and you can't really see what, but he kills him. You don't really see it. It's dark, and it's a far shot, but he kills ODM. ODM's dead. Liv grabs a shotgun out of the car, orders Tito to give her the keys. Tito turns to her, looks at her, and then tosses the keys over his shoulder into the woods, then holds up the shotgun shells in his other hand. Liv's like, well, fuck that, then turns the gun around and beats Tito down with the shotgun like it was a baseball bat. And Tito started like begging her to stop in like Spanish, and it's all subtitled.
That was all right. I was all right with that.
And he's like, oh, no mas, please, por favor, no más. The best part is like, oh, my balls. I'm like, do animatronics have balls?
Oh, my robot balls. Hey, that fucking stupid robot from Transformers 2 had robot balls.
Oh.
Fucking Michael Bay. Just don't. Just do not.
So he begs her to stop after this brutal beating, Liv does stop, drops the gun, and just starts to run back to Willy's. Back at Willy's, the standoff is still going on. Sarah ends up she starts cartwheeling towards Cage, who just fucking headbutts her, dropping her ass to the floor, then turns and headbutts Cammy, dropping her too. Cage mounts Siren Sarah.
This is weird.
And has her head between his knees and thighs, and he starts squeezing her head with his thighs, and then jerks his hip to the left and jerks his hip to the right, snapping her neck, supposedly killing her.
It's because he's in handcuffs, right?
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
handcuffed at this
All right.
time. Cage stands up, but then using the power of rage and punch energy drink, he breaks out of the handcuffs. That's not like Colossus from the X-Men arcade
That's
game.
why I did it. So, Marshall, you're telling me he can break those cuffs?
He can break those cuffs, apparently. He just snaps out of them. And then he power walks up to Cammy and just snaps her neck. You know what it's...
Oh, yeah!
There we go, snaps her like this. But it just walks up, snap, she's dead. Doesn't even, think twice. Cage, then this goes back to cleaning the place. This goes back to cleaning up, and we get a sped up, fast forward motion montage of him cleaning the entire restaurant. He bags up the dead animatronics. He places covers over the dead bodies of Liv's friends, so he's all lined up by the door. Once all that's done, he walks up to Willy and just stands there and stares Willy in the eyes until his watch alarm goes off again. So it's back to the kitchen and to down another punch energy drink and play some more pinball. Only this time, he goes all Nick Cage and he starts doing this really weird, happy pinball dance. It's pure Nick Cage weirdness.
Yes.
As a Willy's Wonderland song plays in the background, which
It's very cowy.
Is
Is that what the kids say? Cowy?
I don't even know what that means.
It's some weeb term.
I don't know what that means.
It's better you don't.
Once this break is over, we see him kick open the front door and take the bags out to the dumpster. The sheriff, who's sitting there in the truck, not happy to see him still alive. Cage dumps the bags into the dumpster, turns, looks at the sheriff, waves at her, and then heads back inside Willy's.
Oh, yeah.
But before he reaches the door, the sheriff stops him and orders him to go back inside, which is weird because that's exactly what he was doing anyway. He was going back inside, but she's like, stop right there. Get back inside. It's like, what? He was already doing that. Sure. She says to him that they've had a good thing going here, but you just had to go and fuck it all up. Inside.
How? They're saving the town. He just saved the fucking town.
Exactly. He's saving
What is
you
this
guys.
stupid bitch even going
He
on
should be
about?
like, do you need any help? You need a shotgun? Here you go. Well, he's saving your ass. He's like, fuck you. You're going to kill us all.
No, our evil plan. It's like, what, Willy? You can't get fucking fucked up too? Because
I don't know. Inside, we see that Willy is now gone from his spot on the stage. He's not on the stage anymore. Sheriff orders Cage to stop, turn, and look at her. She yells at him for not dying, and now she's got 5 dead kids because of him.
No.
Not because of him at all, really. Those kids broke it on their own.
That was all on them?
That was on them. Yep. She calls out for Willy, saying that Willy needs to. He's like, Willy, come here. And she tells Cage that Willy needs to eat and that she's gonna feed him. She keeps calling out for Willy, who doesn't come. The lights shut off, everything goes dark, and when they come back on, Willy's standing behind the sheriff. Willy rears back a clawed hand, and in one quick swipe, he cleaves the sheriff in half, sending her upper torso flying across the room. Blood sprays everywhere.
This is not a good effect. This looks real bad.
Willy then charges Cage, slams into him, and sends Cage flying backwards into the birthday button, which confetti then comes shooting out.
And doesn't stop
does
for
not
15
stop.
to the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It starts raining down confetti as a slowed down and creepier version of the birthday song starts to play. Willy attacks Cage, slices him with his claws. It's like, slice. Cage is getting fucked up. Willy just takes it to Cage, slicing and dicing, and then throwing Cage into the ball pit. Willy goes over to the ball pit, looks down, doesn't see Cage, but sees no movement. He's like, all right, and then just walks away.
Never seen that in a horror movie before.
Never,
Clearly,
ever.
there will be no repercussions.
Of course not. Because shortly after that, Cage climbs out of the ball pit, goes to the kitchen, where he puts all of his remaining cans of punch energy drink into a sack, like a burlap sack.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I missed that.
Okay.
I think I want to go pee-pee.
And he then duct taped the 2 broken halves of the broom handle together, making a thicker baton.
Hey, I love those hands. What were you? How are they? What were you doing?
Then in slow motion and with confetti still falling from the sky, he walks out of the kitchen and back into the main room where Willy is. The 2 of them slowly walk towards each other, confetti falling, and then into a full-out fight scene, choreographed fight scene, with Cage using the makeshift baton and sack of punch cans to beat on Willy, while Willy uses his claws to swipe at and cut at Cage. I had to say, for me, it was really fun and visually exciting to look at because of like the lighting going and the falling confetti, and I had fun with it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Somebody went overboard with the J.J. Abrams lens flares, though. All throughout this movie, too. It's like, we get it. You got like Apple After Effect or whatever.
Yeah.
Calm down with some of this shit, please.
Cage gets the upper hand, beats Willy down to the floor, where he just goes ham on Willy.
Ham on a motherfucker.
Yeah, he does. He's bashing him over and over and over in the head with the can sack, and then with the baton. Black robot blood and sparks are flying everywhere. Willy's head caves in, but Cage just keeps on bashing on Willy.
It's what he do.
Willy finally goes limp. Cage drops the sack and baton, then reaches out with one hand, grabs Willy by the top of the head, and one hand just rips Willy's head off. Sparks fly. He tosses the head to the floor, and that's that. We cut to the next morning.
Confetti's still falling.
Confetti's still falling. Jed is doing donuts in the parking lot in Cage's car while Tex just stands there looking at Willy's front door. In the dumpster, we see Siren Sarah kind of ripping open the plastic garbage bag she's been stuffed in. Tex asks Jed if he's looked inside yet, and Jed's like, I ain't going in there. Tex calls him a pussy, finishes his coffee, goes up to the front door, sees the chain and padlock on the ground. He looks in through the windows and sees the restaurant is all cleaned up and it's fucking spotless.
Like immaculate.
Like brand, yeah. In shock, he and Jed enter Willy's as Freebird begins to play.
Oh my god, dude. This fucking cliche of him. Ugh.
Cage takes off, where is it? Cage takes off the Nelly duct tape. And puts on his leather jacket and steps into the main room where Tex and Jed are just in shock to see him alive. Cage holds out his hand and Tex hands over the car keys. Cage takes him and just walks out of Willy's and heads to his car. He sees Liv walking up through the parking lot and the two of them stand there looking at each other. And you can tell like she's got like the I'm gonna bang you eye. Like you can tell she's like, yeah.
Babe, you're like 15.
Yeah, you're like maybe 17, 18. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how old they're supposed to be.
You know, I want to call this out real quick.
Go ahead.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage has a dye job.
The dye beard. Dye beard.
That show's fucking great, dude. I cannot wait for season 2.
That is a great show. So Liv and Cage just stand there looking at each other. Cage gets in his car, and Liv's like, fuck it. All right. And she just gets in the passenger side. No, not invited or anything, just gets in. Cage cranks up the radio, peels out, drives off. Tex and Jed exit Willy's. Tex says, I have to take my hat off to him. That was one tough hombre. Tex and Jed start laughing into the light and celebrating that this is all over now. They get in Tex's car, exchange some more words. Tex even says he might reopen this place. But then they look in the rearview mirror and see Siren Sarah standing behind the car.
This is so stupid.
Who stuffs a rag into the gas tank and uses Tex's old lighter, the one he tossed away earlier, lights it on fire. The car explodes. Cartoonishly explodes, killing both Tex and Jed, along with Sarah, I'm assuming, because we see her ass go flying off screen as the explosion hits.
If she didn't have wings, she does now.
In the arms of the angels. We cut to a close-up of Cage's sunglasses, where we see the fiery explosion reflecting in his sunglasses.
His only badasses drive away.
Doesn't make any sense because he's driving away from the explosion, not towards it.
It's because it's refracting off his rear
mirror into the yeah.
Fuck that.
Anyway, Cage opens another can of punch and he's about to drink it, but then looks over, hands the can to Liv, who starts drinking it. So gets her hooked on it, I guess.
You got the juice now, Grandma.
Like, first one's free.
No doubt.
As they drive, they see Tito Turtle walking down the road. Cage speeds up, rams into Tito, who explodes into pieces.
Hey, wouldn't that fuck your car up?
Yeah, I would think so. That's a giant metal animatronic.
It's like hitting a fence post.
Yeah. Cage and Liv just drive off, blackout, roll credits. That is Willy's Wonderland.
It's done.
It's over.
It's over, thank God.
Let's move on to favorite kill.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
All right, Nachos, what you got?
All right, now I know it's a robot getting it, but when Gorilla Gus got curb stomped in the urinal, because yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Marshall?
Same thing.
Okay,
100%.
yeah.
Like that curb stomp, man. ripping out
Larry's shit was cool too, where he got his
rips the jaw and pulls out his heart.
that was cool.
Ozzy Osbourne rips out the guy's spine, pretty cool. But that fucking curb stomp, man,
Dude, that's
something about a curb stomp on a urinal.
yes.
Oh,
The only thing that would have been the cherry on the sundae if it was a dirty urinal.
dirty urinal,
That's
yeah.
right. And there might have been a turd in there.
Grant. Yeah.
I've seen that before. It's pops. Ooh. It's Wild West of drinking.
Yeah, it is. I 100% agree. Gus the Girl's curb stomp. That was my favorite kill.
All right, we agree on that.
Yeah, that was quick and easy.
All right.
Moving on.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right. IMDb ratings. IMDb gives it a 5.5 out of 10. Not too bad for IMDb for our movies anyway.
No kidding.
Now this one is even better. Rotten Tomatoes, 60% on the old thermometer.
Whoa.
With a 68% audience score, so that's really high for us. For a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff, I'm surprised it got 60%, but it did.
All right.
Amazon. Well, Amazon's Amazon. 4.1 out of 5.
Oh, I'm ready.
There are only 25 plot keywords for this, which surprised me. I thought it'd be way more.
All right. Five Nights
so-
at Freddy's is one of them, obviously.
Actually, it wasn't.
Wow.
But we have Grindhouse Film.
How?
Which, again, I don't
Makes
think this
no
is
fucking sense.
This is for, I guess, fetish people out there, but woman wears a uniform. Plot keyword, sure. And then 3 or 4 were just listing various, like, there are several of them that were just listing various camera angles and shots. Like,
Elbow.
Yeah, no.
Split diactor shot.
Yeah, like, it was like weird camera angle shot. Like, okay, they were really lame, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah,
for this
that's
shit.
okay. Is furry one?
No.
Wow.
Well, they weren't really furries. They're animatronics.
Close enough.
Trivia. According to things I found, Nicolas Cage improvised his pinball dance, which does not surprise me in the slightest, because that was the cagiest Cage thing.
Yeah.
Nick Cage produced the movie, and he was very protective of the script.
Obviously, the Five Nights at Freddy guys weren't,
Yeah.
because look where we're at.
Yeah. Apparently, the look of the crocodile from Artie the Alligator was inspired by a Soviet Union cartoon called Gina the Crocodile.
Oh, yeah, that classic.
Yeah. We already talked about the line from Rorschach and Watchmen. According to the director Kevin Lewis, the movie is Pale Rider versus Killer Clowns from Outer Space, is how he viewed it.
No, it's neither of those things. It's Five Nights at Motherfucking Freddy's.
Yeah. Again, director Lewis credits Panos Cosmatos Beyond the Black Rainbow 2010 as an inspiration for him. Panos worked on the Nicolas Cage film Mandy. Yeah.
That's maybe, I don't know. He could have been inspired, but he did not execute that properly at all.
I can't comment on this because I haven't seen Mandy yet, so I don't know anything, and so I don't know.
It's surreal as fuck, man. It's interesting.
According to the props department, the character Kathy chewed over 81 pieces of pink chewing gum throughout the movie. Throughout the course of filming, not the movie, but course of filming. He chewed 81 pieces of gum.
That's not shit. I do that in a day.
One of the producers, Grant Kramer, is the actor who played Mike Tobacco in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I fucking love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Apparently, as we talked about Five Nights at Freddy's, this is a ripoff, but apparently Five Nights at Freddy's is getting its own movie version. It's in production from director Chris Columbus. Well, that name should sound familiar to a lot of people. Chris Columbus has
Harry
done
Potter, Home Alone,
Yeah.
and a shit ton of other stuff.
Uh-huh.
Forrest Gump, I think.
I don't think he was Forrest Gump.
Yeah, don't quote
I
me on
think
that.
Gump was Spielberg.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm thinking Private Ryan was Spielberg.
Well, listeners.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Moon Goons, if you know, call it on the hotline.
Yeah.
What's that number?
7404 suck it.
That's right.
Now here, take this for what it will, but they're saying, so, as Nicolas Cage is driving away, we talk about the flames reflecting in the thing. It's supposed to be an homage or reminiscent of his role of Ghost Rider, the flames in the Ghost Rider.
That is a motherfucking reach, dude.
Yeah. Oh, here's another reach because
the only part of the fire didn't come out of Ghost Rider was his eyes.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. Take it for what it will. And then here's another thing that's supposed to be an Easter egg, and we mentioned it. You mentioned it briefly, but I was going to talk about it later.
All right.
But so despite the fact that Nicolas Cage's character's name is never revealed, in the first 3 minutes of the movie, you see the military dog tags seen hanging from the interior rearview mirror of his car, pointing out a military past. Some people are saying this the tags could be an Easter egg hint to Cage's character, U.S. Army Ranger Cameron Poe from Con Air.
No.
Yeah. I just
Why?
think I don't know. People,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
I
Seems
agree-
like
I
that's
kinda
the
agree.
exact opposite of the character.
Well, they're not saying he is Cameron Poe. They're saying it's like an homage, like an Easter egg. Oh, because there was another Nicolas Cage film. They're not saying this was Cameron Poe. Although I would like to explore that. If this is Cameron Poe post Con Air, some shit went really wrong and he's just like as a drifter now.
Willy, what do you use the line? You need to put that gorilla down. Or something like that. I was just talking about this the other day. Con Air. It's not a bad movie.
No, it's not.
It's silly as fuck.
It is. I always kind of enjoyed Con Air. It's just a fun ride.
Yeah, dude. John Malkovich is great in it. Steve Buscemi's a crazy
Buscemi.
little butt nut in that. What? Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's in there.
You know, I think I'm gonna go home and rewatch that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
So let's move on to the budget game.
Oh fuck.
They spent how much? The budget game.
All right, Nachos. I got a bunch of numbers for you this week.
Oh great.
So, but let's start with the basic. What do you think is the budget for the 2021 Willy's Wonderland?
It's $2 million.
You going $2 million?
Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Let me think. There's some decent production value put into this.
All right. You
The
need the
costumes-
thinking music.
No, that does the exact opposite. that's the fucking anxiety attack music, bastard. All right, I'll go 4 mil.
You're gonna go 4 mil.
All right,
4 mil. All right, 4 million. All right. Nacho says 4 million. Looks like the board. What's the board say? Show me 4 million. Not quite, but I'm giving you the win on this one.
thank you. Also, I'm looking at the Crawling Ted poster.
Budget.
All right.
Budget. 5.5 million.
All right. Yeah.
So I'm giving you that is close enough.
I'll take it.
That is a good one. So I already think your record's better than Aaron's already.
Don't tell.
Or you've gotten your first win way a lot sooner than he did.
Well, sometimes the sun does shine on
A
a dog's
ass.
asshole.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, but let's see if you hold it up because these numbers will probably fuck you. Let's go with how much money did it make on opening weekend?
Like this went to theaters.
Like
this was theatrical. We're not talking VOD.
Opening weekend theaters.
Oh fuck! I don't know. 20 million.
20 million.
Yeah, maybe. I'm comfortable with that.
Show me 20 million.
Why did I look at the poster like the numbers were going to be? I need to go to a doctor and get that
Nachos
checked.
blew his wad hard
yes, I
on this
fucking
one.
did. Yes, I did.
Opening weekend was select theaters at film festivals. So it only
Well, you could have led with that, you dick.
That's what Chucky left, sort of.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Opening weekend, $97,164.
That's when you play that sound effect. I'm gonna insult you, but compliment you.
All right, you got 2 more.
Oh, great.
Keeping those numbers in mind.
Oh,
Total gross in the U.S. and Canada. How much does this make in the U.S. and Canada?
70 rupees or whatever the fuck their currency
Loonies?
is.
70 loonies?
Yeah, sure. No, wasn't that one of the EA boys? No, okay, so I don't know. A raccoon's penis bone. I have no
Raccoon's
fucking
Show me raccoon's penis bone.
All right. I like this game.
No, total gross U.S. Canada 418,286. There's one more number total for worldwide.
Well,
Do you want to take a shot at it?
That's like VOD release, right?
I don't know. It just says total gross worldwide.
Oh, fucking. I think outside of America and Canada, nobody gives a shit about this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I won't tell what Aaron's about at home saying it's the same number, the same number. It's not the same number.
All right. Thank
It is
you.
different.
Thank you, Ghost of Obi-Wan to Aaron. Let's go. 8 million.
8 million?
That's
8 million. Well,
it's not happening.
no, it's not happening. It only made 418,000. It can make like 7 million.
No, dude, it's like a cult film, so over time.
Total gross worldwide 457,771.
Jesus.
Yeah, it lost money a lot.
Yeah,
in
it
theater.
did. It
But
fucking-
although it might make some of it back on like online advertising and online streaming stuff now. I don't know.
It's notoriously bad. People know that. Every podcast I listen to that does that, that's just woo. It's a bukkake with turds.
Oh, I haven't heard of anybody else doing this one yet, but
Ooh, a bukkake with turds coming out of your dick. Oh.
That said, let's move on. Like, very much like this movie, it's time for some Mortal Kombat combat.
Yes.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat combat?
Who will be left standing? So, excuse me.
Well,
All right.
We're sitting right now.
We are
if that
sitting.
Counts for anything.
There are 21,233 total reviews for this movie on Amazon.
Gold dang.
That's a lot. 57% of them are 5-star,
All right.
with only 8% being 1-star.
Oh boy.
5 stars kicking off from Bratag? I don't know, B-R-A-T-A-G, Brawl Tag.
Oh, Broderick from Missing in Action 5.
Okay. The Godfather, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and now Willy's Wonderland. Who is the mysterious drifter that comes into the town? Nick Cage? Why is he here? Why does he hate Willy's Wonderland? And what is his erotic obsession with punch, pop, and pinball? Nobody knows. No, seriously, nobody does.
No,
the writers of this film don't know, and the viewer sure as hell doesn't. Does any of that matter? Nope, because this movie has Nick Cage tearing an animatronic's head off his muscular thighs. 5 stars.
I mean, goddamn, you kind of sold me on that movie, but then I watched the movie.
Doug Wielizeko? W-E-L-Y-C-Z-K-O. I have no idea how you pronounce that.
Wielizeko.
Yeah. This movie is a cheese monster soaked in cheese carrying an enormous wheel of neon cheese that says cheese on it. If you come in here expecting some dramatic masterwork character study that gets lulled in French art class, you're an idiot. If you come in here expecting to turn off your brain and watch Nick Cage go ham on murderous animatronics while wondering what Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park would have to say about the whole situation, you're gonna have a great time. 5 stars.
I thought he was gonna say what Dr. Ian Grant. Ugh. Yeah, this is a huge pile of shit. There's almost a joke there.
Brian S. When Harambe got curb stomped in the urinal, it spoke to me. 5 stars.
Fuck it. I mean, dicks out for Harambe always.
Yeah.
But that was pretty good.
From John Egbert. My name is John Egbert, and I really am a big fan of Nick Cage. I watched this movie with my girlfriend, Varishka. She's a troll, but like that whole movie, my penis was hard, and the man I've never felt so homosexual in my life. The sex scene wasn't needed, gross, but Cage being super badass and then giving his cool new drink a punch to his cool new gal pal. Overall, this movie was poggers. 5 stars. I don't know what the fuck half that meant.
All right, to the internet for poggers. I think that's it sounds positive.
First of all, he calls his girlfriend an ugly troll, basically. I mean, it has penis hard. He's felt homosexual for him, but then says a sex scene that was gross. Like, if you're thinking that girl is gross, those giant tits, you might not be needing a girlfriend, dude. You might want to reevaluate your orientation.
It's what people scream happily in video games.
Weird.
Poggers.
I don't even. That still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, these kids
these days. All right. From Doug Rugg. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's snuff film with Nick Cage. The movie's great. 5 stars. Last 2 from Travis Perry. I just saw the John Wick of janitors terrorize homicidal robots with a force of will and bullheaded determination that would make even your average anime protagonist blush. 5 stars. I did like that one.
That's not bad.
And lastly, from King DVR. If Rom Zombie made a slasher movie that was also an Attack of the Killer Muppets movie, it might look like Willy's Wonderland. Sir, I disagree with you.
Yeah, those Muppets didn't say fuck.
Yeah, if this was a Rob Zombie movie, Willy's Wonderland would be a dirty strip club, and every other word would be fuck, and there'd probably be a fucking white ghost horse somewhere.
And Sherry Moon would have been Tinker Whore.
Yeah, Tinker Whore would have been Sherry Moon.
And would have been called Tinker Whore.
So, moving on to the 1 stars.
Yes.
From Rachel Peterson.
I know her.
She's a bitch.
She knows what she fucking did.
I don't know. Too bad there isn't a -2 stars available. Even then, I would still rate it -3. What the actual F is this? Let's cast Nicolas Cage slaughtering mechanized singing puppets, said no one ever, except for the director of this awful movie.
Oh.
The pandemic was possibly the best thing that happened for this movie. I can't imagine any theaters ever letting it through their doors. Don't waste your money, your brain cells, or your time, or electricity. 1 star. From Marissa. The fact that millions of dollars were wasted on making this trash is so offensive and depressing, it's truly infuriating.
Like $5 million.
That money could have been used to help alleviate the extreme poverty of this country or towards improving state-funded health care. There are so many noble causes this money could have funded, but instead of doing good for the world, Hollywood decided to use their grotesque, offensive wealth to create torture porn with puppets. What the F is going on with this country, and what the F is wrong with Hollywood? This film, I literally cringed when I typed the word film, because calling this trash a film feels so wrong is just absurd. 1 star. Meh.
Joe Biden and his liberal America won't let us make puppet stuff films. Oh, man. Lady, I get what you're saying, but this is not the right soapbox for that, honey. We're talking about Nicolas Cage and fucking animatronic killer puppets, dude.
Yeah. I will say a ton of the reviews that I did read, not the ones I wrote down.
We're not anywhere that political?
No, but so many, like almost all the people were giving it 1 star just because Nick Cage didn't speak. That was like their main reason. Nick Cage didn't speak, 1 star. Nick Cage didn't speak, 1 star. Why Nick Cage not talk? Why he no talk?
Why he no talk?
1 star.
And it's just Nicolas Cage with his dye beard and kind of face.
From Brian Garcia. Whoever wrote the script to this film was seriously pressed for money. You can tell Nicolas Cage didn't want to be in this movie. He stood quietly during the whole time filming because he had to keep reminding himself that's the only reason he agreed to be in it was because of the only. Please save your time and money. The only. Please save your time and money unless you need to kill some time or want to do something stupid. Then you can go ahead and buy this movie because I sure feel stupid for buying this movie. 1 star.
Haha, you bought it, dumbass.
Kathy S. It wasn't scary. It wasn't funny. It wasn't satire. It wasn't even stupid enough to become a thing. Nicolas Cage has utterly destroyed his career.
Just now with that movie. Oh, okay.
He'll never live this down. Plus, he produced it. He's probably going to lose his shorts. He's the only recognizable name in this flick, so maybe his budget was low enough he won't go entirely broke. He never had a single line of dialogue in this entire movie, so maybe he didn't get paid. But maybe the guy's just getting too old to learn the lines. Please retire, Nick. 1 star.
Damn, that was kind of just all out assault on Nick Cage over there. It's like, are you his broker?
And
are
lastly,
you his mom? Sorry, Barf, go ahead.
Last one from Flying Biker. Stupid on a level so stupid it makes the world stupid, ashamed to be associated with it. Best part of the movie was Mr. Cage's dialogue. 1 star.
All right, that was okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's what other people had to say about the movie. Nachos, where are you at here? Give us your thoughts.
All right.
I'm very interested by this because I couldn't get a read on you, and I think I could see you going either way with this movie.
This movie is sometimes one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and sometimes one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. It ranges from scene to scene. I'll say it again. It invents its own rules, and I mean plays by them. So,
yeah.
Hey, shut up, phone. Anyway, so I don't know, man. Like, the cinematography is great. The plot is total dog shit. Nicolas Cage is decent enough, but at the same time, he's putting in like almost no effort. He's acting with his eyes. The special effects are decent enough. I mean, I don't give a shit about any of the characters. The gore was good. No boobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, automatic 1 point deducted from a rating system we don't use on this show. All in all, I'll say it's so bad, it's good. Because you kind of gotta... You gotta see it. This is definitely a sit around with your buddies. So far, that's my recommendation for every movie. The Thrashing of Christ. You sit around with some buddies and you eat some communion wafers and chug some church wine, and you're gonna have a hoot and a holler.
Hoot and holly.
Now, this is just you get your purple fucking punch energy drinks, and drink until your hearts explode, and then watch Harambe get curb stomped in a urinal. What? How about you, Marshall?
I am 100% saying so bad it's good.
Yeah.
I thought like when I first learned about this movie, it's like Nick Cage and Five Nights at Freddy. Like, okay, I'm in. Like, I gotta watch this. Now, what I guess I can't really say at the end of the day that this turns out to be an actual horror movie.
No, by no means.
I mean, it's a horror movie the same way as like Underworld is a horror movie. It's like action horror.
Horror adjacent.
Yeah. That said, though, I gotta say, I was a lot of the people at the first like, how do you have Nick Cage in the movie and not have him talk? Like, it's Nick Cage. You want him to do crazy wild Cage.
He does it anyway.
He doesn't. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He, without even talking, he still does it, and it works. It worked for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's paced rather well. There's not any too many. Some of the flashbacks are like, okay, whatever. But they're filling in the story, the plot, which is very loose to begin with. But overall, like, I had a lot of fun with it. The animatronic kills with Cage is doing all Mortal Kombat fatality stuff. It's fun. It's entertaining. Like you said, there's a lot of good cam works. There's some good lighting and visual scenes. You don't watch this for the characters. You watch it to see Nick Cage go crazy on some animatronics, and it's fun. And like I said, it's free on Hulu. I could say more. I probably would remember to say more later, so then I hit the turn off, stop recording.
Actually, I want to jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
One thing I want to wag a finger at. During certain scenes of like maybe a Nick Cage freak out, they go a little heavy on the After Effects kind of shit. Like Nicolas Cage is freaking out. Let's go mad jiggly on the screen and like lens flare, digital sparks all in the same scene. And it's like, guys, he's standing there. He's just standing there. It's like, but yeah, other than that, it's like,
I mean, there are definitely plot holes. Like if you really sit there and pick it apart, there's a lot of plot holes.
Are we watching this movie for the plot, though?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not. It's still 100% a fun movie to watch. I would recommend you everybody watch at least once just for the shits and giggles. And I say I'm not even a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I never got into that game. I thought my opinion, those games were really lame. I know they have a huge following, but I think they're boring as fuck. But
I never fucked with them. This movie kind of plays like a video game. It breaks down to his
boss
fight. Well, okay, so the main game is clean. Boss fight. The mini game is
the pinball
and fucking energy drink.
It's a cleaning simulator with boss fights and pinball mini games.
Let's tuck that one away for
Love
later.
it.
We might be onto something there.
Love it. All right, yeah, end of the day, still bad, it's good. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. We'll be back later with another movie. So in the meantime, you know what to do. Watch more horror movies. And remember to always
keep it tight.